The 30th anniversary Pokemon Presents just wrapped up, and while within the Presents itself there wasn't a lot of info regarding Pokemon champions, on the game's official Japanese and Chinese websites, there was a lot of new info that wasn't available on the English websites. Today, former Seniors Division World Champion James Evans and I will be going through the news you didn't see in the Direct, and even talk about the news with the upcoming Generation 10 games and their starter Pokemon. Let's just get right into it. If you guys enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, check out the Patreon, become a YouTube channel member, hype the video, all of that. And hey, you definitely want to subscribe because at 300,000 subscribers, I'll be ranking every bench in Lumio City. Let's just begin. They added Baker Greedent. That is the only news from the Direct. We now have Baker Greedent. I'm here with James Evans. James, do you want to tell everyone where you're from?
Hey guys, it's me, John VGC. You may have seen me in VGC.
The Pokemon Direct. You may recognize him from the Pokemon Direct.
Don't think I could have woken up and expected that.
I just think it's funny. You pointed this out to me. They didn't include the guy who won, but they included you.
Yeah, they didn't include the guy who won.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is.
He's on some "There I Am, Gary, There I Am," and then there's James Evans, runner-up. Congratulations. That's the consolation prize. You didn't take the world
That's the
championship.
Toaster.
Yeah, that's
Consolation toaster.
Yeah, you got to be in the Pokemon Direct. Okay, so the Direct today had a bunch of news, and by I mean a bunch of news, I mean that the Direct had almost no news, but they still dropped a bunch of stuff on the websites, just not the American websites. So it's actually really interesting. We get this like trailer for Champions. You know, happy, everyone's playing games, blah blah blah. But there's no info on the American website, low key. Like you go on the American website, the American website is so useless. I don't even have it open.
And there was nothing in the trailers either.
Yeah, the trailer was just meant to be, hey, Champions is coming in April. That's the big news. But there's also extra stuff that me and James are going to talk about today. Do you want to start with like the stuff that Cerebi confirmed and then move into Zabanded? Because Zabanded, you know. Yeah. Shout out Zabanded, translated to the Japanese and Chinese sites.
You woke me up today when you said we're gonna film this and you're gonna like it.
Yep.
I know nothing for the most part. I think I know about a few things that like I saw get posted in like Twitch channels. But I'm mostly here to have the blind reactions.
Epic.
Then, we talk about it. You want to talk about it?
Yeah. So first of all, they added Rotom. No. All right. So I mean, there's a few things. We'll talk about Wind and Waves afterwards. I'm more invested in Champions. But yeah, basically, there's a few things that have been confirmed for Champions. We have the abilities for the starters. If you want to start with that. Yeah, the mega abilities. I'm gonna throw it out there. I called two of these.
My god.
Actually, I technically called all three. I had like unrealistic ones, and then I said, by the way, my realistic calls are Levitate, Bulletproof, and Protean. And yeah, no, that was it.
I think a lot of people expected Levitate on Mega Delphox. I personally thought they were gonna do it just to screw over size spam players because it was that funny.
Yeah, I don't think that they would have ever allowed Mega Delphox with the stats that it has.
Gotten Psychic Surge or any of those stupid abilities, like it was just never gonna get that. It was just massive copium. I am shocked that they actually did give it Levitate though, if you know what I mean. It's one of those things where you kind of think it would be really cool and you don't think they would ever do it, and they're like, oh, they actually just did it. So
yeah,
I mean, I think people have talked at length about the potential Mega Delphox has if it does get a good ability, and this is a good ability. Yeah, like I should stress, this Pokemon does have a lot going for it.
I think the best way to describe it is that like Mega Delphox went from being a size spam hyper offense Pokemon to being a balanced berry.
Yeah, it did 100%. I was literally going to say the exact same thing.
It's now a Calm Minder.
You just went from a size spam berry to a balanced berry.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. I would say that and Nasty Plot as well is very strong on it.
You know what's funny is that low key, I was gonna say like, yeah, Delphox is great. You know, you can do a bunch of stuff with Calm Mind. You don't get leftovers, but maybe you could get like Grassy Oh,
you can.
Wait a minute.
Nope.
Yeah, no, Delphox.
There are a lot of great tools that it does have at its disposal. That
yeah,
I think we'll see in due time.
I feel like Delphox is just Charizard Y if you don't want Sun.
Just kind of. I would say its stats do complement just. I would say it's so aggressive that you could probably plaster it on a lot of teams as just their mega of choice and do a lot of good fire psychic damage.
Yeah. The other ones though, I honestly think that Bulletproof is the best case scenario. I
think everyone expected this to a degree.
Yeah, like Bulletproof makes a lot of sense for Mega Chestnut.
Yeah, if you didn't, then I don't know what you could have expected from Chestnut.
So I was thinking like if it wasn't Bulletproof, it'd be like Dauntless Shield or something crazy like that.
That would have been really funny.
Yeah, but Bulletproof makes sense. Like it now walls Landorus.
Yeah. I mean, it already did. Like, it had Bulletproof before anyways.
Yeah,
why did they give it Grassy Surge on Smogon? What is happening here?
I don't know. They were playing some fan fiction.
I think it's... I'll put it this way. It's fairly expected, these abilities, but I feel as if they're, like, notably disappointing because it doesn't feel like they tried too much. Like, Levitate is the obvious big winner of the three. Mm-hmm. Bulletproof and Protein are literally just the Pokemon's hidden abilities over again. And that, in the case of Greninja, that's potentially just like ruining, like game ruining for it, because now it has to essentially play with an ability that hinders these amazing stats. Imagine if you had Dragapult that just had to pick between being a dragon and a ghost.
Also, I'm pretty sure Life Orb Greninja hits harder than Mega Greninja.
It probably does.
Yeah. You're only playing Mega Greninja for the speed.
Technician or something, like Skill Link. It is...
Speed Time Dragapult really isn't great.
Yeah. It's worse for wear now. I think Greninja had the potential to be the strongest of the three, because it does have some great tools like Nasty Plot as well, and it's just so offensively strong that it can find itself placed on a lot of, again, balanced teams as just a offensive powerhouse, or just in general be a good setup Pokemon, even next to some like more niche things like you see set up with Clefairy. But now it's by far the worst because it has to pick between, all right, what type do you want turn one? Because you sure can't click a water dark move. You have to click a water or a dark move.
Yeah.
Just not a winner at all.
A bit disappointing. Yeah, unfortunate. Other news about champions.
Upside down.
Yeah, you can recruit Pokemon. We already knew how to recruit Pokemon, but this is pretty cool.
Yeah, we kind of knew this.
If you don't know, your recruitment lineup can be changed every 22 hours without using VP. But apparently you could use VP to reset, basically. Like, I guess the best way to explain it is that if you don't have Pokemon Home, right? Because Pokemon Home is basically essential to play this game if you want to play it like at the highest possible potential, you know, if you want to build every team you want. That being said, you can play this game without Pokemon Home, but it's based on which Pokemon are recruitable on that day, which resets every day basically. So every 22 hours, you get a new batch of Pokemon that you can choose to recruit for free as like a rental, or you can keep them. But they also confirm that Pokemon that you get gifted in Pokemon Champions are not tradable out of Pokemon Champions, which is a little bit strange. I'm not sure why they would do that.
It's a little weird. I do think I would say, if you just think of prior games that we've had very akin to this, obviously Battle Revolution and Stadium are the ones that kind of come to mind.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could get gift Pokemon in those games that you could transfer out of those games. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't play Battle Revolution growing up, which is a really weird thing.
I did neither, don't worry.
I played Stadium and Stadium 2.
Yep, me too, exactly. And we have the same birthday. It might be like a July 7th thing.
Right, yeah, it actually might be the Soul Link.
Yeah, this is there aren't horoscopes, but there is like Nintendo libraries.
Yeah. I think it is a little weird. I think it's namely, if I had to guess, it probably has to do with the mobile side of things. Yeah. They're really trying to bridge that gap between the Switch and the mobile portion of this. And I should stress, the Switch version is coming out before the mobile version by a substantial amount of time, as far as
couple of months, it seems.
Yeah, at least a couple of months minimum.
Yeah.
Which is already weird to begin with, I should stress, but...
They're both being developed for a tablet, effectively. Like, I don't get the difference.
I'm really confused by that, I'll be upfront. It's a little weird. But I think a lot of that has to do with, they don't want some people missing out if they obviously only have mobile and they don't have Pokemon Home, which to begin with I think would be weird because you likely have Pokemon Home if you were a Pokemon fan, and you would probably have a Switch if you were a Pokemon fan. So what is even the point of just having the game on mobile and not having any of the other Pokemon games that you need to put that Pokemon into the game and then take back out? It just makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. But you can do it, and if I had to imagine, it's probably why they're doing it. It's just to simply say we don't want anyone missing out. Because if you do only have mobile, then you're kind of SOL.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Like, and we also got some news that basically confirms that this is a free-to-play game as like a live service, though. Yes. Which we'll move on to that because I think, I'm gonna jump over to that because I think that's pretty important. I should
stress the UI for this game looks ripped straight out of Unite.
It does. Okay, so. There is a battle pass. There's a free battle pass. Yeah, Fortnite battle pass. All right, there's a free battle pass and a paid battle pass, and the main difference between them is the prizes. So if you've ever played a game like, God forbid, Overwatch,
Restart the video.
Yeah, I don't want to say dirty words. But if you play a game like Marvel Rivals, there's battle passes, right? And it's like every couple of rewards is free and every couple of rewards is one that you had to pay for. And it seems like that's the model they're going after. I believe this is, I don't know what Megastone that is. What is that? Something or other. It's not the Emborite.
Something. I
think that's Dragonite, actually.
Oh, it 100% is.
That's the Dragite.
That's a good catch. I had no clue it looks like that.
So as you can see, Dragite in the battle pass level 1, you get it, you don't have to pay for it. The free and paid things are denoted by the battle pass itself right there, right? You see it.
Okay, wait, that worries me now that I'm looking at it, because if you don't have access to all the Megastones off the bat.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, actually.
Oh god. Oh no.
No, it's fine. They confirmed. Zabanded had it here somewhere in the thread. Here. For things from the battle pass, such as Megastones, are also obtainable via VP, which VP is something that you don't pay for. It's something you earn through battling. So,
thank God.
Yeah, you might notice the Embor is in the battle pass. So here's how I imagine the battle pass is effectively being marketed. There are some cosmetic things. That is an Embor profile pic. Obviously, that is just a profile picture of Embor. This is the Emborite, and this is Embor. Emborite are probably both obtainable via VP or recruitment, but the issue is that it's almost a gotcha to get Embor in your recruitment line because you have a different one every single day. So if you're a person who does not have Pokemon Home and you can't transfer in your own Embor, by paying for the battle pass, it seems like you can just speed run your way to the Embor and the Emborite. No need to grind, whatever. It's just like you play the game and you unlock it. Almost fast tracking. Where there's also going to be some stuff that you can't buy, I would imagine being things like the Embor profile picture. So it seems like it's going to be mostly cosmetics and anything that you might need for a battle, like Pokemon and Megastones that are in the paid battle pass. It's just a shortcut to them if you don't have home or anything else. So that's...
I would say it is a concern. I hope they handle the Megastone thing well, because I think part of what people are kind of expecting with a return to Mega Evolution is that all the Megas will be available. I know we've had formats previously where, for instance, things like Gigantamax is withheld from specific Pokemon, and then they kind of just open the floodgates.
Mm-hmm.
I would say personally, as someone who's played with Mega Evolution before, I believe you also have, it's just better when they're all out at once, because otherwise it's kind of weird gate-kept mess.
It kind of annoyed me in ZA, even when they said, like, Baxcalibur isn't available until this season. I'm like, why?
Why?
Yeah. So that's like the one thing. This is going to be, it seems like a free-to-play game with a paid upgrade.
No, it better be free.
Yeah. So I think that's the best way to describe it. A lot of people are dooming and glooming over the battle pass. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Especially if you're a competitive player, you're probably going to buy it anyways.
You might buy it. I feel as if, in most cases, I've played a fair amount of games like this, and I've never considered buying the Battle Pass once.
Yeah.
Generally, I get my enjoyment of playing the game normally. Obviously, microtransactions are their own thing that you could make a whole other video about, but I feel as if especially in the case of Pokemon, I don't really care enough. If that makes sense. I just don't care.
Yeah, it seems
as
like
long as you can get the materials you need to play the game, like as long as there's not a Mega Stone withheld specifically for a battle pass that you have to buy, and like it's going to be only around for this time, which I imagine they wouldn't do because they're so stickler about
accessibility.
Anyways, yeah, accessibility to begin with. I would imagine they probably have everything for free at least, and then things like duplicate Mega Stones, even though that sounds a little weird, like probably I'd imagine are going to be like something you can get through the battle pass.
Yeah, I think that for the most part, it's going to be a fairly accessible game for free-to-play players. That being said, it's not nearly going to be as accessible as if you have Pokemon Home. It seems like Pokemon Home is pretty necessary if you want to play at the highest competitive level, which, you know, that's like its own conversation. I think that like it kind of sucks that you have to play a little gacha every day to recruit if you don't have Home, but most of the people who are competing in tournaments probably have Home, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if your friend, I keep saying even if I was gonna say, excuse me, I'm trying to work on this. I feel as if even if you have mobile and you just have mobile, odds are like you got into it because of a friend who is doing all of the competitive Pokemon stuff to begin with, so you would likely have their Switch as well anyways. Not that you're going over and asking your friend to hand you all these Pokemon, but you know, I imagine there has to be some connection to a person who owns a Switch in any scenario where you would ever be playing this on mobile, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, on top of that, Pokemon Home is the base version is technically free, right? And if you have the free version of Pokemon Home, you still have 30.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you have 30 boxes. So if there's no trading within Pokemon Champions, you could still go to the free Pokemon Home, trade with one of your friends to get a Pokemon, and then put it in Champions. So there still is that free option, you know.
God, you just get a box for free.
Yeah, you do just get a box for free. So you should, even if you are just a mobile player, you should download Pokemon Home on your phone, and that will allow you to trade with your friends who actually own the Pokemon to get some of your own, it seems like. So that's pretty cool. Here's the big thing that no one talked about. Private battle lobbies. You can create private battle lobbies where multiple battles can take place, presumably allowing for a spectator as well. That's actually insane. I've actually wanted this for years.
Spectator mode.
Yeah, well, I wanted this for years because like now with lobbies, it's literally like, how do I explain it? It's a group. You ever play like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Online?
Yes.
You know, like the online parties? Yeah, literally. Yeah. I really like that. I think that's really awesome. I wanted this forever because now people who host online tournaments, you don't require each person to own a Switch, right? You can, or not a Switch, to own like an Elgato capture card or whatever, or like
you don't have to own an Elgato, and you don't have to own a like $70, $60 game.
Yeah.
That they might include spectator mode in if you know how to do it properly, and there are also 3 Nintendo Switches at once in the same area, all hooked up by LAN.
Yeah, this is also just incredible for grassroots tournaments because now everyone can be streamed. Everyone can be streamed in a grassroots tournament, regardless of the hardware that you own, or even if you have bad internet. Like someone can have all the right hardware, but have horrible internet, and that makes it like impossible to stream. I remember I hosted.
Now you just watch the GCs happen in real time.
Exactly. I hosted a tournament called Stress Cup a few years ago, where it was Scarlet and Violet. You could only use inaccurate moves, and even though I streamed the whole thing and recorded the whole thing and got everyone's perspective, it was so garbage that I scrapped the dedicated video. Like the video quality from having everyone.
Moxie boosted Iceberg Award in here.
Yeah. Everyone who like streamed me their gameplay, it was so bad and inconsistent that I'm like, this is unwatchable for a video. That just fixes it. Like you can record tournaments with your friends and get every single battle. We don't know how replay functionality works yet, but if they have replays in this game for the first time since Gen 7, that's huge. I would love replays. So
the battle replay would be amazing.
Yeah.
Just in general, being able to, I would say, oh my God, I keep saying it. There's so much potential to bring back a ton of things that players have not experienced. Yeah, since Gen 7, Gen 6. that really just got canned in the more modern generations. So
Do you think
really
the
hope
60-minute timer is coming back?
for singles players, I hope it's an option.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's going to be a whole other petition to bring back timer again.
By the way, I'm using
Again.
Google Lens Translate, and it looks like this part on the top left says single player battle rules, single battles. This thing here with the minus says room and menu, and this thing with the plus says detailed rules. So there are battle rules in the game.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Love that. We got character customization.
So little news on the game that we have to be like, yeah, there's menus and there are rules.
Literally, it's insane that this wasn't shown at all in any trailer, and that we have to like. It's not even in the American website. You have to go to the Chinese and Japanese website.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So there's character customization. Zabandit here says that you can change your outfits and your pre-battle pose and your Pokeball throw animation and your victory animation, which is awesome. The Pokeball throw is funny because that was like behind DLC. That was like behind DLC actually in the most recent game.
And I was say they're just free and what is it? It's free in Sun and Moon. It comes with the game. You can just do little side quests to get the catching animations from the janitor.
Sorry, I was translating the page. This just says
you're good.
Things. This says like catching animation, throw animation, that sort of thing. All right. Nice. There's a couple of characters. I don't really care too much about this. These are like story characters because it looks like there's like a mild story mode.
NPC who uses Hatterene. It's a metaphor.
Yeah. Membership. You can join a membership that gives you various benefits, increased box size, increased battle team count, member exclusive missions, and additional battle music.
Battle music. All right. Now we get to talk about. Please make it so that way we have music from other games.
They do. They did.
Not even selective, just all of them. Don't even.
Dude, they confirmed Let's Go Pikachu Wild Encounter music, bro. I know that's your favorite.
Yeah. Hey, if we get all of it, I don't care. Just put all of it in the game. It's not that much.
Yeah. Some Pokemon that were confirmed. Azurill, Steelix, Whimsicott, Drampa, Kingambit, Palafin, Armarouge, Corviknight, Hawlucha, Frostlass, Manectric, Absolitaria, Aggron, Beedrill, Snorlax, Gyarados, Victreebel, and Arcanine. I think only Victreebel and Beedrill are not available in Scarlet Violet that are in here, and that's the only difference. Actually, Victreebel might be in Scarlet Violet.
Beedrill hasn't been available since Let's Go.
That is kind of crazy. I mean, they kind of had to. It's time for Potential Mon.
He's returned.
Yeah. And then a couple of other confirmed Pokemon: Blastoise, Mimikyu, Zarina,
Emboar,
Mysterious Emboar.
Got to save him.
Meganium, Conkeldurr. Yeah, this is just also Dondozo got confirmed for the game. Thank you, everybody.
I mean, we saw that in the first trailer all the way back.
Yeah. Urfru, Victini. Yeah, you know, not bad, not bad. Let's refresh Cerebi real quick, see if they dropped any other news, but I think that's basically it. We're gonna. Oh wait, hold on. It is confirmed you get the Mystic ticket. Oh, Mom, get the camera. Okay, okay. Let's talk about Wind and Waves real quick. So, you see these waves?
I wish I could tell you that literally as soon as the trailer started, when it just fades from black and you hear the noise, I knew instantly that it was gonna be not Gen 10, but I knew it was going to be specifically called Wind and Waves. Literally because the first two things you hear are the Wind and Waves. I was like, all right, that's it. Pack it up. We're done here.
Actually, the first thing I heard was Pikachu, but all right, here's the biggest update for Wind and Waves. You ready? Pikachu has a real battle animation.
He looks normal now.
He's no longer just standing like this the whole match.
Bro hit the default.
Because he used to just stand like that the whole time.
He did that Squidward pose.
Yeah. They don't show us any new Pokemon except for the starters, but we do get some Pokemon confirmed for Gen 10. Sandygast, Krabby. Most important one is Carnivine, arguably. I think that Carnivine is... Yeah.
I think I mentioned this to a few friends. I'm pretty sure they use that exact, like, setup for the Marini and Corsola in a Gen 9 like trailer. They just love doing that specific shot to let singles players know they're in for the worst time of their lives.
Yeah. I decided to pause on this frame so it looks like our player character is meeting Johnny Test.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, we got the 3 starters. I mean, you guys have probably seen this by now. It'll probably be in the thumbnail. Sorry for spoiling you. I don't really care. You watched the direct. We got 3 guys. We got the dog from Undertale, a Neopet, and the Duolingo bird.
Angry bird. I like these guys.
They're growing on me. Every starter set has to grow on me.
I like the dog. I will attest that when I saw them for the first time, when the trailer immediately dropped, and I say that in the sense that the trailer dropped 3.5 hours ago, but it's probably been the longest 3.5 hours of my entire life. Just
refreshing the champions page, trying to figure out what they were trying to tell us.
This is just in the hyperbolic time chamber.
I have a good tweet I need to put out before we upload this video. I need to put out, like, the champions info was hidden in the same way that, like, the map was in the back of the Declaration of Independence. Something like that. Like, it feels like we're playing National Treasure trying to get this info.
I didn't feel much looking at them. They're kind of bad, in my opinion, in the sense that, like, I think they look stupid, but it kind of looped back around on the fact that I think they're really funny, and in that regard, I really like them because they're so bad.
Yeah, what's this guy's name? Hold on. Brout. This is the first 38-year-old starter Pokemon.
This guy's name is so bad that you can't make me hate it. It's so bad. I love it.
This is a green bird. What do we name it? Route.
Remember when we did this the first time? What do you mean? Tropical island region with a grass bird Pokemon? Nah. Move on. It's fine. Look at the next one.
I'm mostly just curious, like, obviously the brow is a very important thing, right? Are they going to give this guy Intimidate? Like, when it fully evolves, is he going to be doing the rock eyebrow?
That would be funny.
I think I'm going to call it right now, you know, full court shot. Actually, this game doesn't come out till 2027. Seven full court shot, different building, different state, different ball game entirely. It's going to get Intimidate.
And now we have the dog. I like this one.
It's getting mind blown.
Pomeranian. I like the dog.
Yeah.
It was the one that I gravitated towards immediately, where I saw it and I thought to myself, okay, this is the one I'm picking because I don't really like the other two and they look soulless and I don't like them.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like if you turn Zamazenta into a literal domesticated pet because it's got the little shield.
I feel like it's going to be an explosive Pomeranian when it evolves, and I think it's going to be named Pomeranian. I genuinely think. Then again, Pokemon isn't really good at, like, nailing the obvious dog name. They always sort of subvert it. Like, Doxbun could have been named, what is that thing? Croissants. I forgot what it was. There was, like, a really obvious name for it, and I'm forgetting it. Whatever. All right, I'm forgetting it. I'll remember. Talk about the dog.
The bit is just lost.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to remember what it was. There was, like, a really obvious name for the evolution. If it wasn't a dachshund, it was something else. You just tell me more about this guy.
I like him. I think as a dog owner, I guess I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I think it just looks the most in line with other starter Pokemon. He's literally got the Fuecoco eyes.
I need to see. Where's the 2D art? We have the 2D art. The 2D art really.
We do have the 2D art now, I believe.
It sells me on it.
I like Pom Bomb. Like, the most of the three, I gravitated towards it the most. I generally tend to gravitate towards the Fire Starter the most.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last 3 generations, I gravitated towards the Fire Starter when they originally were revealed. And then Fuecoco disappointed me in ways that I could not imagine.
Like Scorbunny.
I like Scorbunny, yeah. I mean, I like Rillaboom more now.
What's crazy is I'm literally the exact opposite. Like, I love the Fuecoco line, but I didn't like any of, like, the other fire starters before that.
And there's this thing.
Gekwa. I think my biggest issue with Gekwa is the name.
I like how it didn't even like. There was no preamble. It was just like 5 seconds of dead air. And like, yeah, I don't like it.
It's just Gekwa. I don't like the name. I think that like the name could use a lot of work. Then again, I don't
think it's necessarily that. I
don't like that there's a C, a Q, and a U next to each other. I'm okay with the Q and the U. Gekwa.
It's a water. It's a gecko, and it's what? I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things where obviously most starter names are just a combination of 2 words, but these ones definitely feel the least.
Oh yeah, you think that starters are just a combination of 2 words? Tell me what Score Bunny is based off of. Yeah, smart guy. Yeah.
Leave it in the comments.
I might need
help. I don't know. I would say even something I'll give the Gen 9 starters because they're the things that make me feel the most soulless in my entire life.
Yeah.
And that's an opinion. But I say their names are really good. Like Sprigatito, Fuecoco, they are really good names.
Fuecoco is like good on multiple levels. Like Fuecoco really went crazy.
And like we obviously have always had very simple names. Like for the most part, some Pokemon just have it easier than others. Like Snivy or the one that always comes to mind for me is just Froakie, just frog but slightly different.
What is it?
But most starter Pokemon have like names that kind of roll off the tongue. Yeah. They're a little long-winded sometimes, but I don't know. These guys are very short in terms of their names. Not even in the way that I feel Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio even are.
Yeah.
Like these Brout.
The names are really where I'm getting hung up on. I think you're right. I think it's the names. Brout, I'm okay with. I think that's the best of them.
Brout does feel like a fan game name.
Yeah. Pombon, I think is okay. Pombon. It's a Pomeranian.
They definitely feel less intuitive, but also I think that might just be because they were born into the world 3.5 hours ago.
Yeah, that's always how it feels. Every Pokemon feels fake until you play with it.
Exactly. Like I said, I do think I feel a lot more positively receptive towards these guys than I did Gen 9. Which is, again, it's just a personal opinion. I didn't feel that receptive towards Gen 8 either that much. Like, the last starter trio to really make me feel something was Gen 7 when they revealed it. These guys are kind of doing that for me, but in a very cynical adult way where I'm like, oh, you guys are so ugly, I can't hate you.
Yeah,
but I won't like you either.
I have a take. I think that if we added an extra syllable to all of the starter names, they would roll off the tongue a lot better, right?
Probably.
So imagine if this guy was named Broudle.
Short-winded.
This is Broudle or Browdy, right? All right.
Rolly.
All right, you ready? Pombonbon.
I actually kind of like that more.
Yeah, Pombonbon.
Bonbon.
And of course, literally just the letter A, Gekakwa.
Okay, I don't like that one.
Yeah, I don't want to have to say that.
You're dangerously approaching.
We just had an N to the end of it, Gekwan.
Gekwan.
Yeah, this is my starter. Gekwan. That's a cute name, actually. I like Quan.
Grow on me more. I think.
Yeah. You know what? I went to the exact frame to make me love him.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a personality to it that I really enjoy. Like I will say once again, like I do think these starters are better than the last few batches in terms of they at least make me feel something. I think obviously with more time and the more the more we get to see of them or the evolutions, I'll probably warm up to one more than the others. But not a bad impression to start. I just think Brown is the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Who named this thing, bro? Like,
yeah. One more thing. Why is there a Gyarados in the sky?
Dude, no, look at the water.
Yeah.
Water.
But the sky. There's only one dark cloud, and it's shaped like a fish.
Address me.
Yeah, literally address me. All right.
Address me.
I don't think there's anything else to talk about. I mean, we covered champions.
We are good for the most part. You can get a free Dragonite. There is a small thing, obviously, with the inference of being able to transfer Pokemon from home to champions and then back vice versa, that I think is kind of worth talking about, is namely the fact that, yeah, you can train your stats in champions, and then when you bring them back to home, they are reset. Kind of one of the interesting things about that, just generally based, I would say, it could just be the way tweets are worded. But the inference does seem to be, obviously, that you can edit your EVs and your IVs as well. And there's no real evidence to point towards it. But part of me is kind of interested if we will see IV changing. Not so much in the sense that, like, bottle caps do, but, like, direct individual numbers.
Yeah.
Like EV. You can kind of just edit them to
I'd really like that. I think that it really simplifies team building a lot.
I think it would keep the unique level of IVs to some degree in the base game, where IVs are more so just individual values to make your Pokemon unique and special, except it's not really that. It's to, you know, give them better stats.
Yeah.
But it would allow you to have some influence over it in a competitive scene, and then when you transfer these Pokemon back to the base games, they kind of retain their individual values in a personality sense.
Yeah.
To keep that the way it is, without ruining too much. But that is kind of speculative instead of concrete proof, but it is something interesting that I think is worth bringing up, considering the fact that they didn't make this a notable function. Like, they made sure it was important enough to note in the news.
Yeah.
That they gave.
Also,
not in American, though, or not in English.
Yeah. They also noted that, like, not all moves will be in the game, which that's been normal for a while.
Very normal. I still can't believe I just said American. Excuse me. Oh my god.
Also, did you notice this right here? We're going to be playing this game forever. From January 1st, 2099. Oh, the release got pushed back.
Yeah, it's never coming out.
All right, but that's about it. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later today. I'm uploading another video today. Today is just a lot of work. But goodbye.
Big day.